When the cuticle is this dry and fragile, more cutting isn't the answer. Before we start, take a close look at the cuticle area. The skin is extremely dry and already cracked in several places, so aggressive filing or cutting could easily cause bleeding. The lunula is also clearly visible, which gives us another clue about how to approach this manicure. The first common manicure mistake is using the tip of the orange wood stick like this to push back the cuticle. Instead, use the side of the stick to gently push it back. Take your time with this step and gently push the cuticle back without rushing. We're not done with the orange wood stick just yet. A lot of people skip this next step, and that's the second common mistake. This step is really important. Gently lift and separate the cuticle from the nail plate, making sure there's nothing stuck underneath. This allows the drill bit to move smoothly under the cuticle without causing any damage. The next mistake is holding the drill bit at a 90-degree angle to the cuticle and the nail plate. Proper positioning of the drill bit is really important here. Remember, we never work with the very tip of the bit. We work with the side of it instead. So whether you're working along the nail plate or around the cuticle, you want to keep the bit at roughly a 45-degree angle. Something that might seem like a small detail, but actually makes a big difference, is how you hold your client's finger while you're working. Just like I'm showing here, make sure to use your pinky for support to keep your hand steady. Avoid putting any pressure on the nail plate with the drill bit. Keep contact with the nail surface to a minimum, and make sure the bit is working underneath the cuticle instead. The sinus areas are the most sensitive and the most likely to bleed. So when you get to this area, don't change the angle of your hand. Instead, use your thumb to gently pull the skin upward so you have better access and can work more safely. Once you reach the sidewalls, the bit should only be working on the skin. It shouldn't come into contact with the nail plate at all. To clean up the skin along the sides, just keep the bit at the same angle and move it to the left, working only on the skin. I like to check underneath the cuticle from the front like this. As you can see, the left side is completely open and clean, with no skin or buildup left underneath. Now I'll switch the direction of the e-file and work on the right side the same way I did the left. I've sped this part up since the technique is exactly the same. As you can see, we've created a nice, clean cuticle pocket. The cuticle and sinus areas are fully opened up, and we've already removed most of the excess skin, and don't overwork the sidewalls. This is more than enough. If you file too much in these areas and thin out the nail, you're much more likely to get lifting along the sidewalls. For a cuticle like this, I prefer not to use scissors. Instead, I'm going to remove the excess cuticle with the e-file. So the last step here is thinning out the cuticle. I'm still working in reverse, and I want you to pay close attention to the angle and movement of the bit. I'll start at the right sinus area and gradually thin out the aponeurosimum, so in the next step I can easily remove the excess skin with a ball bit. See how I'm holding the client's finger from above? This gives me the best control for this step. Now, with a ball bit, I'll make 1 or 2 passes underneath that thin layer of skin first, then go over the top. This way, it comes off cleanly and easily. Now, one important tip. If you're not applying any product afterward and your client only came in for a manicure, it's a good idea to use this side of the buffer to smooth and polish the nail surface. And now for the final step. After removing all the dust with cleanser, I'll apply some cuticle oil. Then I'll use an old bit that I keep specifically for this step to gently work the oil into the skin. And remember, if you're applying product after the manicure, you can skip this step. And here's our before and after. Now you know how to get a clean manicure on cuticles, this dry and damaged without using nippers or scissors, and which common mistakes can completely ruin your results.